The 2024 Grammy nominations have just been announced, and in today's video, we're going to be giving you guys our predictions and revealing all the nominations for Best Rap Album, Rap Song of the Year, Album of the Year, and more. So stay tuned for all of that, and expect more Grammy content from us. And speaking of Grammy content, we actually did an audio podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere that you guys listen to your podcasts on the best Grammy-winning songs. So if you guys want to check that out, head over to our description or the pinned comment. But Ant, how do you feel about this Grammy season?
Listen, I think it's interesting. The whole community's kind of in frenzy right now, like they usually are, just because every single year they come out with their best album of the year, their best rap album of the year, the best song, whatever the case may be. They have an abundance of different categories. And for this year in specific, I do feel like they got some things right. But guys, watch out for our award show at the end of December. It's going to be a massive moment for the whole community, and we're going to announce the date very soon. So make sure to turn on that notification bell. It's going to be anytime soon. But, just talking about this Rap Album of the Year category, do you want me to go through the nominations?
Go through them, man.
All right. So, Best Rap Album of the Year at the Grammys for 2024, Drake and 21 Savage with Her Loss, Killer Mike with Michael, Metro Boomin with Heroes and Villains, Nas and Hit Boy with King's Disease 3, and then Travis Scott with Utopia. So listen, in our tweet, we went 4 for 5. We predicted 4 out of these 5, and I think it was quite obvious because you had Her Loss and you had Heroes and Villains come out in that November-December period, so they didn't make the cutoff. But how do you feel about the category as a whole?
I mean, yeah, super predictable. Like you said, we guessed 4 out of 5 of these. I do like the fact that the Grammys had a mix of mainstream releases and some more underground or underrated drops that maybe weren't the biggest blockbusters that you had in the last year.
Well, listen, I wouldn't say a King's Disease 3 and a Michael or like underground releases.
They're not underground albums. They're obviously legends in the rap game that are getting love and flowers. But I'm saying they're not like selling 100,000 copies first week or getting a bunch of buzz. So it's cool to see them included. And speaking about Killer Mike's Michael, one of the best albums of the year, some of the most grandiose production, just some of the best lyricism that you'll find on any rap album of the last year. So that was a huge W, seeing that getting nominated. For Nas's King's Disease 3, that was one of our Album of the Year contenders in 2022.
That was a great pick.
And I was scared they were maybe going to nominate like Magic 2 instead.
Yes.
Which would have been unfortunate because nowhere near the level of King's Disease 3. But how do you feel about Drake and 21 Savage's Her Loss? Because I see some people taking issue with that one being nominated.
Well, it's a Drake release. People are always going to be kind of jaded by it, and he's very polarizing when it comes to like nominations or gratitude. So I feel like there's always going to be that type of conversation. But listen, it's one of the best collaboration albums of the 2020s decade. It was very polarizing. I think it's still in a lot of people's rotation. It's aged gracefully, and it was a massive moment for 2022. And even looking at the commercial year of 2022, it wasn't the upper echelon.
And even looking at 2023, it's still being dominant throughout this year.
Absolutely. One of the best-selling rap albums. But you don't really want to bring that type of conversation into like this conversation because it goes down to quality. I would have had albums maybe in front of it, but I think it's a really decent pick for this year.
I would have liked to have seen Scaring the Hose being nominated. I think that was snubbed when it comes to this list. You could also argue various albums from Larry June and The Alchemist, who I guess Earl Sweatshirt wouldn't have made the cutoff.
But it was officially released on DSPs this year, so maybe. I'm not sure. But it's an older project that got re-released. But I agree with you. I do think that there's certain albums that they missed, but congratulations to Drake and 21 Savage.
Okay, so who should win and who will win, in your opinion? Let's play the game.
Who should win?
I think Utopia should win.
I think Utopia should win. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that this is a top 3 album of the year lock for me. I also think maybe Killer Mike with Michael. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd be super happy to see this album win. It's a fantastic album, and it would just be such a great moment for it. And like that would be a championing real hip-hop sort of nomination and win. So between those 2 albums, that's what I think should win. Who do I think is going to win? I think it's going to go back to Utopia. Travis Scott is due for his Grammy. I really do think that he's going to get it this year. It's one of the biggest albums of the year, if not the biggest in the rap genre. You look at what it was able to do commercially alongside the quality, the amount of fantastic tracks that you have on there, the big collaborators. It really checks off all of the points as far as like, well, this is Grammy material. And they know that they're going to please everybody with this pick. So I don't think they could fuck this up.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be like his DiCaprio, The Revenant moment where like it's not Travis's best album. It's still an amazing album and it's due time for him to get that trophy. Apart from that, I'd even love to see Metro win just because I do love the album and it would be historic for a hip-hop producer to win the best rap album. I don't know if it's ever happened before. So
I'd have to go back to the nominations.
From what I know, I don't think it's ever happened. But yeah, I think that Utopia should and will win.
I'm on the same
Grammy.
page.
But next up, best rap song. We have Attention by Doja Cat, Barbie World by Nicki and Ice Spice featuring Aqua, who they sampled, Just Wanna Rock by Uzi, Rich Flex by Drake and 21 Savage, and Scientists and Engineers by Killer Mike featuring 3 Stacks, Future, and Aaron Allen Kane. This is the worst category of the year.
I agree with you. I think you look at something like Barbie World and it's like, why is this on the list? I mean, I understand it was a massive movie score, got a lot of big reception, but if it's the best rap song, and in the past we've had like the Heart Part 5 be nominated for this category, like this is the type of caliber we're at, and Barbie World's going to make a push for it. Listen, I just don't think it fits, but like, hey, I guess it's for someone.
There's songs like Lose Yourself that have won this award, and we're going to give it potentially to Ice Spice.
I know,
and
I guess, listen, I guess maybe we're just being assholes
but
with
no,
this
but
one.
Even the other selections, though, Just Wanna Rock by Uzi, I get it. It was a huge cultural moment. The dance went crazy. It was really well received at festivals, but what the fuck is that doing there? It's not even the best song on that album. Even looking at Rich Flex by Drake and 21, again, I get it. Smash hit, big moment, super quotable lines. It got memed out, yada, yada, yada. At the end of the day, there is dozens and dozens of better songs that have been dropped over the course of the last year. Only the Killer Mike option makes sense here.
Well, not only that, Attention by Doja Cat is a nice song. It's pretty well rapped.
It's a good song. I don't think it should be there.
I wouldn't have it in the top tier performances of, like, let's say my list, if you had to really ask me.
Where are the My Eyes, the modern jams, or even looking at certain songs, like even if a superhero was nominated, I would have been happier with that.
That's very true. So everything off of Utopia and Heroes and Villains kind of got cut off from this Grammy nomination. So going through those 2 albums, what would you pluck out of those studio albums and put into this category?
As I said, My Eyes, Modern Jam, Hyena, you could put Thank God. For Metro Boomin, of course, Superhero would have been one. What else? Off of that album, probably just Superhero, I would say. But
Feel the Fire could have got to the nomination.
Feel the Fire, too. That's a good mention.
That would be really good as well. But listen, maybe it's because of the lack of like big hits this year as far as the rap category.
Why does it got to go to hits?
But I'm just talking about their tendencies. I'm not talking about my personal selection. If this was my list, you guys are going to see my top 10 songs of the year. I think maybe only one of these is going to be making my top 10 songs of the year. So who do I think is going to win it? I think it's going to be Scientists and Engineers by Killer Mike, Andre 3000, Future, and Aaron Allen Kane. I think it's a fantastic song, and it blows everything out of the water as far as rap music goes for this category. And who do I think should win? Again, Scientists and Engineers. That's my take.
I think Scientists and Engineers should definitely win. I mean, hearing 3 Stacks over that futuristic production was incredible. I don't think they're going to give it to Scientists and Engineers. I think they're going to give it to Doja Cat. I think that, at this point, she's been a Grammy darling. She's going to continue to be. So that's where I see it going. But next up, Best Rap Performance. We got nominations with Baby Keem and Kendrick for the Hillbillies. We got Black Thought's Love Letter. We got Coi Leray's Players, Drake and 21 Savage's Rich Flex, and once again, Scientists and Engineers, which is making a serious push. So you know what? Maybe you're onto something about that winning, because they're nominating in more than one category. That's usually a good sign.
Well, the album and the single is going really far in these nominations, and I think that they're going to end up walking away with a Grammy at a certain point in this ceremony. But even just looking at the selections over here, Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar, I mean, like, they had to put in a Kendrick nomination. It wouldn't be the Grammys without Kendrick getting nominated.
Yep.
And yes, I am the biggest Kendrick Lamar fan in the world, but
this shouldn't be here.
I don't think it's their best collaboration, even though I really fuck with the song, and it's in my rotation. I don't know. I don't think it's one of the best rap performances of the year. Like a My Eyes by Travis Scott should be in this category. That rapping performance on the last verse is really top tier. As far as Black Thought with Love Letter, that is an incredible song. So I think that's maybe one that should win, if I'm being completely honest with you. But again, I think for this category, Scientists and Engineers is going to win. I'm being honest with you.
I think it's going to really, it
I
could.
think so. I think that they're going to get, like, if I'm the Grammys and they kind of have to play it from, like, an economical standpoint and bring the marketing numbers in, you want to cause conversation with all the nominations, right? But once you get to the actual show, give it to the person who actually
deserves it. But we know that never happens, though.
I know. I'm just, listen, I'll always give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm a good person, so whatever. Just give it to them. I say Scientists and Engineers should win, and I think it is going to win.
I think J. Cole had one of the best years in terms of just pure performances, but a lot of those like crazy features, like a first-person shooter or The Secret Recipe, I guess came in too late, but I would have loved to have seen him getting nominated. But apart from that, based on what we have, I think that, again, Scientists and Engineers, the performance from every single artist on there deserves to win it. Who will win it? I'm going to go with I think they're gonna give it to Drake and 21. I think that's where the Drake Grammy's gonna come in. But anyways, next up, best melodic rap performance. We have nominees such as "Sitting on Top of the World," Burna Boy featuring 21 Savage, "Attention" by Doja Cat, "Spin 'Bout You," Drake and 21, "All My Life," Lil Durk and J. Cole, and "Low" by SZA. We all saw the All My Life Grammy coming. Like we even knew that was gonna happen.
That was a Grammy nominated song. Maybe it actually gets it just because of like how impactful it was for the communities and like how many people actually enjoyed it. I'm not the biggest fan of the song, but if I really had to put my prediction, I think this is where it's gonna win something. I think this is where it's gonna win something. So I think All My Life is gonna win. Who do I think should win? I'm a big fan about "Spin 'Bout You," honestly. I'm a big fan of that song. So I'd probably go that.
I would go with "Low" by SZA. I know SZA's nominated in a bunch of other categories, including Album of the Year, which...
It's true. It is a melodic rapping performance.
Yeah, and I like seeing her turn into hip-hop on certain songs on SOS, so I would love to see "Low" win. So I think that All My Life should win. I think that All My Life will win. Low should win. But let's move on to Best New Artist. We have Coco Jones, Gracie Abrams, Fred Again, Ice Spice, Jelly Roll, Noah Kahan, Victoria Monet, The War and the Treaty. Ice Spice got 4 nominations. Shout out to Ice Spice, everybody.
There we go. Ice Spice got the noms. But regardless, though, I do feel like they are championing some great artists over here. Fred Again is an excellent producer. You and I have been able to catch a live set of his here in Montreal. Like one of the best live DJs I've ever seen in my life. It's incredible to see the way that he does his mashups and just his crowd control as well. He's a mesmerizing performer. So I think that was a W. Even looking at someone like Coco Jones, incredible R&B artist. I love her as a vocalist. She had a bunch of great features and singles as well this year, so I say that she could probably win it. Someone like Victoria Monet.
Yeah, she had a breakout year.
Yeah, she had a breakout year. She's incredible, and I really see her having an incredible future ahead of her. So those are kind of like where I'm at with certain things. But do you think Ice Spice takes it?
Ice Spice should and will win. You guys heard it here first. Listen, I got to go for hip hop here, bro. I'm going for Ice Spice. I'm rooting for her. We'll see if she ends up taking it, but realistically, I do believe that she could take this. I mean, if you really think about it, the amount of viral moments she's had across the year, if you're thinking about new artists that really took off and made an impact, you kind of have to go Ice Spice or Victoria Monet or Coco Jones. With Fred Again, I'd love to see him win, without a doubt. It's just he's kind of been around for a couple of years at this point. I found it a bit of an odd placement, to be honest.
Yeah, but maybe you could say is like his real rise has come like now. I know, but regardless, like you said, he's kind of been doing this since maybe the late 2010s, more or less. So he's been really prominent in like even the underground EDM scene for a minute. But yeah, I love the nominations this year. I do feel like they got it right. If this was up to me for hip hop, it would look a lot different. But for the Grammy standards, I'm okay with it.
I do think Jordan Ward should have been nominated here.
Yes,
well. Jordan Ward had an incredible album with Forward. Yes. Some of the most exciting alternative R&B I've heard. So yeah, shout out to Jordan Ward.
Any hip-hop artists that should have been on this list.
Other hip-hop artists, Red Veil would have been nice to see, but his album came out in 2022.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it didn't work out. But anyone else that comes to mind?
I don't know. Imagine getting like an Ice Cold Bishop in this conversation.
That would have been fire.
That would have been crazy. Shout out to Ice Cold Bishop. Yeah. He had an incredible year, breakout year for him. But all right, so who do you think is going to win? Who do you think should win?
In terms of, I said Ice Spice should and will win.
Okay, so that's your lock.
Ice Spice, baby.
All right, who should win? I kind of want to go with Coco Jones. I feel like she's had an incredible year. Her or Victoria Monet should probably win. Who do I think is going to win? I have a weird feeling they're going to give it to Fred Again, bro. I have a weird feeling they may give it to Fred Again. Just maybe a little bold prediction, just to throw one out there. But all right, guys, that's Best New Artist. Let's go on to Album of the Year, and this includes all genres. So we have Boy Genius with The Record. We have Janelle Monáe with The Age of Pleasure. We have John Baptiste with World Music Radio. Lana Del Rey, Did You Know That There's a Tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? Then we have Miley Cyrus with Endless Summer Vacation. Olivia Rodrigo with Guts. SZA with SOS. And Taylor Swift with Midnights. Comes as no surprise, no hip-hop albums.
No hip-hop, and I mean, Utopia had to be nominated for this. I think that it's far better than the Miley Cyrus record. I think it's better than the Olivia Rodrigo album. I think it's better than Taylor Swift's Midnights. Like, I can go through even SOS. I think it's a better album than SZA's SOS. But SOS definitely deserves to be there. I'm just saying, Utopia is better than the vast majority, because I have heard the vast majority of these albums, and I think that there's even more than one album from the hip hop scene that's better than some of these. So
maybe our hip hop bias, but okay, who do I think is going to win? Who do I think is going to win? I think not Miley Cyrus, excuse me. I think Taylor Swift is going to take it this year with Midnights. Bro, PR machine. There's no way. There's no way this artist is not walking away with a Grammy this year.
Taylor's winning that, but I think SZA should win.
Should win. I think SZA out of this category should win. But okay, Song of the Year. Let's see what we have here. We have A&W by Jack Antonoff, Lana Del Rey, and Sam Dew. Then after that, we have Anti-Hero by Jack Antonoff, Taylor Swift. Then after that, we have Butterfly by John Baptiste, Dan Wilson. Then we have Dance the Night from the Barbie album with Caroline Allen, Dua Lipa, Mark Ronson, and Andrew Wyatt. Then we have Flowers by Miley Cyrus, Gregory Alday, and then after that, Michael Pollock. And then after that, we have Kill Bill by Rob Izzle, Carter Lang, and Solana Rowe. And then we have Vampire by Daniel. Then we have Olivia Rodrigo, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, they're cool songs, I guess. They're super big pop hits. Again, no hip hop. That's my sentiment with this.
There is no hip-hop.
Underwhelming to see.
There's nothing here.
Who will win? I think that this one will probably go to Anti-Hero, Taylor Swift again. I think she's going to make a crazy run and just sweep everything. Who should win in this category? I would go with, I want to say Kill Bill.
I think Kill Bill should win. Yeah, listen, guys, that's the Grammy nominations for 2024. Let us know how you feel about all the nominations, and let us know how you feel just about the Grammys as a whole. Do you think they got it right this year, or do you think you got it wrong? And as I said at the beginning of this episode, guys, let me know. Are you guys going to be showing up for our award show at the end of the year? Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.